I was born in 1980, so I'm 43 now. And so, you kind of date myself of when 9/11 happened, and everyone can kind of relate to the story a little differently. But I have friends of mine, and I'm sure you do too, that saw the atrocities of the tower collapsing, not really knowing why, believing the narrative, and thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go put my personal life, my personal agenda aside. I'm going to go fight for my country. And I know many people in my own life that did that. And most of the ones thankfully came back. But what I found is that those that came back, they left a big part of their soul or their personality or whatever it was that made them who they were over there. And I was talking to one of my friends who had served, and I just said, I don't want to get into too much gory detail. I just want to know what happened. Like, why, how can I pray for you? How can I connect for you? What do I, and he just said, you have no idea what it's like to go over there with a bunch of people that you went to high school with and to go over there and fight a war to find out that there was no purpose to it at all. Like literally there was no actual purpose. There wasn't, we thought we were over there for certain reasons. And he said, I did 2 tours. The first tour I went over there with the sincere, pure heart, thinking certain things, came back the second tour, discovered everything was completely not what we said it was. We were without getting into all those details. All I'm just saying is that you got people that signed up, enlisted. In this case, one of my friends came back basically deaf in one ear and went from an elated, upbeat, high energy life of the party guy to now he's a stoic guy who's afraid of noises. I mean, this is a guy about my age. He's deaf and he's almost completely deaf, very stoic, and he's afraid of loud noises. And think about the millions or thousands of hundreds of thousands of people that came back like that. So I echo what you're saying. And again, I just think for anybody out there that I encourage everybody to watch that clip you played twice, because it really is important that people can understand the point that you're making.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I get emotional, and I don't a lot, but it just drives me crazy how people are living in a haze. I can't believe what Alex Jones said. This man murdered hundreds of them. Forget us. Can you imagine? This is another thing too. I know a lot of military, and I know. Then we're in Afghanistan, doing what? Protecting poppy fields.
There it is.
As we. What a coincidence!
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Have the worst opium heroin issue in our lifetime. Is that a coincidence? When are you going to realize who the monsters truly are?
And Jim, I'm just trying to be very vague so I don't get myself in trouble here with this person. I'm just saying the person that I knew, one of the people I would know, he was telling me that after the first term, he came back, the first tour of duty, he came back and he's going, how is it that the 2 towers collapsed? And, it looked like something hit him. That was what we were told. And then the third just imploded randomly. How did the third tower implode? And that got him looking into why are we protecting fields where they're growing drugs? What are we doing now? And it just, his whole faith in what he was doing, he lost all of that because he had a little bit of downtime to think about what he was doing. And he went back the second term, and now his eyes were open, and he's going, oh, okay, so we're protecting drugs over here. Okay, this makes sense. We're actually we're not doing what we thought we were doing. Now, the soldiers are over there with the most sincere motive. These are people who fear God and they love the country, but they're just following orders. But then he got them to think,
right,
the other guys that we're fighting against, they're just following orders too. And so at the end of the day, you've got 2 groups of people just following orders, murdering each other for no real purpose. And for this particular individual, so many of the people he enlisted with, they didn't come back. And it just, now you see this person who's like a shell of themselves. And every time that we've tried to connect, I mean, can barely hear, very stoic, and any loud noise at all just terrifies the person. And this person now has another 40 years on the planet to live like that. I mean, again, my hearts and my prayer, everything goes out to the people who've served honorably, to find out that what you served our country for wasn't what you were sold.
Check out the Breuerverse every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. If you can't wait till then, sign up for Patreon and get it 2 days early, along with other exclusive content.